Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Techno Talks here. So in today's video, we have yet another case by Spigen for the Google Pixel 7 Pro. And today we have the Ultra Hybrid case. So this case will run you around $15.99 on Amazon. And again, if you do want to check this product out, there will be links down below. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this up. So here we have our box. We have the Spigen branding right there on the top left. Plus, we have a made for Google Pixel branding, and this is new for this year. Spigen didn't do this before, but I guess they might have partnered up with Google. I'm not really sure. So here we have a nice little image of what the case looks like, plus the device and the case series, so the Ultra Hybrid series, and then this is the crystal clear version. So there are actually two versions of the Ultra Hybrid for the 7 Pro, and there is a matte black version where the sides and the outlines are basically all matte black, and the back plate is made from TPU, made of a clear plastic, just like the one on here. So I usually prefer this one. I like going all clear, but for the people that worry about yellowing and how like the sides of clear cases yellow up faster, then go for the matte black one because the sides are again in matte black. So let's go ahead and open this up. We have a nice little pull tab here. Go ahead and pull that open and take our case out inside of its plastic pouch. And here we have our case. So let's move all this to the side. All right, and here is our first looks at the case. So this case obviously is a clear case. There isn't really much to talk about. Basically all clear cases are the same. But again, we have two stickers on both ends, and that's to keep it dust free until you actually place your phone inside of there, which is, I guess, nice to know. I guess it's nice that Spigen does this so you don't have any dust inside of the case. So let's go ahead and open this up. All right, it's actually pretty hard to pull off. And then the inside as well. Almost messed it up. All right. And let's place our phone inside of here. So I'm gonna start with the top left and just move all the way across. So let me get a wipe down on the screen. Here is our Ultra Hybrid case on the Pixel 7 Pro. So this looks really nice. I really love clear cases, and the main reason for that is because you can see what the phone looks like, even with the case on, even with having this extra protection on your device. So right away, I can tell you this case does not add too much extra bulk. It's a very slim case, maybe not the slimmest, but it'll get the job done of protecting your phone. Plus, it won't add too much bulk or weight to it. So right away, let's start off with the back of this. As always, let's check out the lip on the camera lens. So our camera lens is perfectly protected. As you can see, we have a nice large lip. Plus the sides on this case are covered up as well. So some cases, they don't have the sides completely covered up, and that's to keep the rail out and see the camera lens, I guess, see the whole thing with the metal plate. That is mainly with darker cases, but again, with a clear case, you can still cover that up, get the extra protection of the sides without losing out on any of the camera lenses, as there aren't any lenses there. Plus you can still see it since it is a clear case. So some advantage of the clear cases are right there. So the back plate, we do have a different plastic on it. It's not the same as the sides. It's a harder plastic compared to the sides, which has this softer plastic. And again, the sides, usually with clear cases, do get yellowing. They start yellowing over time, and the back plate stays clean, but that just gives it a dirty look. I don't really like it, but they do last a while. They at least last around like 2 to 3 months in my use case. I haven't had them getting too dirty. I usually clean them up a lot, and then after a while I do switch cases a lot, so they don't get too dirty. But if you do want to use it the whole year, then a clear case, it's pretty hard to keep clean. So again, as I said, the back plate is this hard plastic and the sides are soft plastic. So branding wise, we only get this very small Spigen lettering right on the bottom left, and that is basically about it. You barely even see it. You probably won't notice it ever if you're not looking for it. And so I really love when case companies don't put too much branding on it. So there is also one more up top, and that's the air cushion technology, which is in all of Spigen's cases. And basically, if you can see it, there's an air pocket on the edges of the cases that they make. And just like every other one, the Ultra Hybrid has it as well. And those are little air pockets that actually absorb the impact when you first drop it on any of the edges. So it takes the first shock so that it doesn't transfer all the force onto the phone's glass, which might crack. I've seen people drop their phones with their cases on and the edges have cracked already, and that's because it's not enough. The case does not absorb most of the shock, and the phone's glass absorbs it, so it cracks the phone. So other than that, that is about it for the back. So moving on to the front, we do have our protection, but if you guys already know, this does have an edge display, and the problem with edge displays is you can't make a case that protects it fully, because the sides, you can't obviously have a case that goes above it, or else you're going to be losing out on the screen real estate. It does look nice, it makes the phone look premium when you have the edge displays, but it's not functional. So we do get a lip on the top and the bottom, and that is basically the part that's going to protect your front display. So if you do drop it on its face, then those sides will be hitting it first, will be impacting with the ground first, so your front display won't be hitting the ground, which is nice to know. But again, you can't really do too much with the edges of the phone. As you can see, you can clearly see that the case is below the display. So now let's move on to the cutouts. We have our top firing speaker grilled right there, and there is a nice little cutout for that, so you're not losing out on sound quality. And then we also do have our cutouts for the bottom speaker grill, as you can see. And then we also have our USB-C cutout. So it's not the largest port cutout, so you probably won't be able to use too many third-party chargers if they are a little larger than they need to be. And that is kind of a bummer. I know some people use these third-party chargers. They might not know. It might have a longer or a wider end, so it might not fit. But that's usually not the case, so you should be fine in most cases. So moving on to the buttons test, which is the most important test in my opinion. Let's go and see if these buttons are actually clicking. So starting off with the power button, Spigen usually does a really good job with this, and they have nailed it with this case as well. So volume rocker, tactile, and clicky works perfectly fine. So really nice to know that Spigen does not mess this up on any of their cases. So just had some issues with the fingerprint sensor. So that is basically it for this case. Rocking, if you do wonder, if it does really bother you, this phone doesn't rock too much, as the camera lens is fully equal all across, so the bottom sides don't rock. But if you do push a little bit on the top ends, it will rock a tad bit, but again, you can't really do much with the case on. So that will basically wrap it up with this video. Again, if you did enjoy this video, make sure to like and subscribe, as it helps support the channel, and see y'all in the next one.